Hi there, it's Captain Andy coming to you live from Lake Norman. Well, it's a pretty cold, snowy, rainy day up here in Lake Norman, Charlotte, North Carolina. So, working on the pandemic pontoon. Hopefully, a few of y'all have been following me out there in the interweb world with this 1987 Lakes craft and 1983 Mercury Black Max. This video photographer's over there holding that camera as best she can, and I think she's going to come around the corner and probably get a close-up or two of what we're doing here. Just to explain a little bit, we've taken the carburetors back off of the Mercury v-6. When I initially got the motor, what I really went after was just the high-speed main jets. I pulled the orifice plug out, made sure those were clean and clear. They were. And again, you know, if you watch one of those videos where I talked about the crossover from regular fuel to ethanol enhanced gasoline back in the mid-1980s, well, that's where we're at today. The motor ran great on top end, but we had a lot of erratic idle, and a lot of fuel consumption. Really twice the fuel consumption of what it should be. So fortunately, we had a rich condition, which will never result in any type of internal engine damage, but it can be kind of expensive. And you know, if you putt around for a long time, your eyes are going to water, your nose is going to run from the exhaust fumes. So just to give you a quick rundown about this ethanol enhanced fuel, this video photographer is going to get you a close-up. This is just the gasket that goes in the fuel bowl vent area right around the emulsion tube. As you can see, this is the original gasket. And what we have here, you would think that this is just a paper / plasticky rubber, you know, who knows what it's made out of. But boy, you can really see the swelling on this gasket that occurred right here where your vent is for the fuel bowl. So we had somewhat of a restriction of airflow. That would result in a rich condition. I'm going to replace it with a brand new one right here, drop it right on, you know, no sweat, no problem. Moreover than that, obviously, if we're going to this length, we're going with brand new needles and seats and all 6 carburetors, brand new needles and seats. What we found on the old needles and seats, tried a float adjustment to work with that rich condition, but what we found is there's so much wear on this, where the spring clips on to the shaft of the needle. These are the original equipment seats. There's no way in the green earth with that much play on the neck of that needle with the spring that goes around the float that you're ever going to get a proper float adjustment. So we pull those out, going through it, new needles and seats, new gaskets, looking everything over real good. Going to set our float levels. Going to set our float levels a little bit lean. What we've done here is we set up the dial indicator. Mercury calls for a 1/16 of an inch between your base and the top or bottom, or however you want to call it. They want a 1/16 of an inch between here and the top of that float. That translates into about 0.625, I think, on the dial indicator. I'm going with just a slight touch leaner. Got a dial indicator set up on 0.065, and as you can see, my little tip sticking out right there, which I'll use to do the measurement when it comes time to do that. Just tore down the number 3 carburetor. We've got the number 1, number 2 carbs done. Just working through it right here. Want to remind everybody out there in the interweb world, if you have a motor, I guess it's 1983 and on, I forget the year they changed it over, it might have been 82, you'll have an Enricher circuit. This is the tube that goes to the Enricher circuit. You don't have choke plates in your carburetor. You choke your engine or start your engine when it's cold through the Enricher circuit. Don't forget, very, very, very important, make sure you get the right gaskets that have these holes in the center of them. Reason why, your Enricher circuit with a standard gasket As you can see, that hole's cut out there. Fuel comes through, squirts into the reed plate. If you have the flat, solid gaskets, your Enricher circuit is useless. It'll never work. Motor will be very hard to start. Seen that happen so many times I can't even tell you. Don't know the part number of this gasket, just be sure it's got a hole in it. If it doesn't, hey, you can always take the flat, solid gasket and puncture a little hole right there so your Enricher circuit will work. Well, Miss Video Photographer's getting a little bit tired. She's been holding this camera up here for a while. Here's her old needles and seats.
Do you want to talk about the company you got this from?
Well, I don't know that company we got it from, so we're probably not going to give them a mention just yet. I really don't know anybody there. A guy named Cody down here probably won't mention the name of the company. They might not want me to mention the name of their company. But anyway, Cat Mandy, hey, we're going to close out this last carburetor. If you got any questions, just hit me back, subscribe, hit the like button there, and hey, I'll be glad to help you along if you've got one of these old 2-stroke V6 Mercuries. 1983 Black Max Mercury 200 V6. Got me a set of WH22s I'm getting ready to polish off. Y'all have a good evening, and we'll see you soon.